So we start off with 1 cup of sugar, and we just put it in the pan, and then you shake it before don't turn the heat on, you just shake it and it just evenly distributes. So now I'm going to turn the heat on. It's on, I have it on high just to get it started, and then I'm going to turn it down. And all I need to do right now is just leave it. And when the sugar starts to melt, it'll melt around the outside and you'll see it start to turn color. At that point, I'm going to use my spoon and I'm going to mix it all together. You just have to be patient. When you're doing this, do not walk away. There is nothing else that needs to be done. The sugar, if you let it go and you get distracted, will burn, and then you'll have a real mess. So this is one of those things you have to just stand there and wait. It doesn't take very long, so it's not a big deal. And you can see it just starting to, if you look very closely, turning to melt on the outside. It's getting clear. So I'm going to keep the temperature as is. Now I'm going to turn it down because it's just starting. You can see it. And I don't want to go too fast. So I'm going to, you can see it, I'm going to start mixing. And you just bring it into the center as it's melting, because you want it to all melt together. You can see it starting to change color. I'm going to raise it back a little bit. I have another spoon that I'm going to use to clear the sugar off of this one, but I don't need to do it really right now. You just want to spread it out so it melts. And you're watching the color. Okay, now I'm going to turn it down back to the medium, because I want it to all melt before it gets too dark. You can see how quickly the color starts to change. And it's this beautiful dark amber that you want. And we're almost there. And as you can see, it's not getting darker. Well, it's getting a little darker, but not quickly. So we're good. There we go. Okay, now I have 2 cups of chopped walnuts. The recipe is for walnuts, but I actually have pecans here because that's what I had in my pantry. So now I'm going to put them in, and I'm just going to Keep turning, and what's happening is they're just going to get covered with this beautiful caramel. Okay, now I'm going to take things off of my pan, and I have my parchment paper here. So I'm still turning it because I really want it to get nicely coated. Don't worry too much if they clump together, because once it's cool, you can break it up. Okay, so once you've done that, then I'm going to take the frying pan and I'm going to turn the heat off. Move this over a little bit so you can see. And I'm literally just going to pour it into this. It's a little heavy. And I want to get all the caramel on top of it. There we go. It's very hot, so you don't want to get any on your hands. Oops. Okay, and then you can spread this out. Don't worry too much about it. As I said, when it cools down, you can break it up. But in the meantime, you just want to let it cool down. Now, there's no problem getting this off of your spoon, your wooden spoon, or whatever you're using. Hot water will get it off. And then if you need to, you can use a fork to try to separate them. But I like to try to do it all by hand first. They're still slightly warm, but certainly just warm, not